You've got crypto showing in CoinMarketCap, and you want that money in your bank account. Here's the thing, nobody tells you up front. CoinMarketCap can't send you a single dollar, and once you understand why, cashing out becomes easy. In the next 15 minutes where your money actually lives, the two real ways to cash out, the exact withdrawal screens explained field by field, the fees, the network mistake that loses money forever, and how to land it safely in your bank. Let's go. First, the truth that unlocks everything. CoinMarketCap is a price tracker, a scoreboard. It shows you numbers. It never holds your coins. There is no withdraw button because there is nothing to withdraw from. When you add coins to a CoinMarketCap portfolio, you're writing numbers into a smart spreadsheet. The site tracks prices for you, but the actual crypto sits somewhere else entirely. Your money really lives in one of three places: a crypto exchange like Binance or Coinbase, a self-custody wallet like MetaMask or Trust Wallet, or if you only ever typed numbers into the portfolio, nowhere at all. That last one matters. If you added transactions manually and never actually bought coins anywhere, there's nothing to withdraw. The portfolio was just math. It catches a lot of people, so check it first. None of this makes CoinMarketCap useless. It's still the best free scoreboard in crypto. Live prices, rankings, and a portfolio that updates itself. Keep using it. Just know that its job ends at watching. So step one is finding where your coins actually are. Open your CoinMarketCap portfolio and look at how it was created. That one detail tells you everything. If you connected Binance or another exchange, your coins are on that exchange. If you connected a wallet address, they're in that wallet. If you picked add manually, they're wherever you originally bought them. Think back to where the crypto came from: an app, an exchange, someone sent it to you. That platform is where your money is, and that's where we withdraw from. CoinMarketCap was just keeping score. 2 roads from here. Road 1, your coins are on an exchange. That's the easy highway, and we'll drive it first. Road 2, they're in your own wallet. A couple of extra steps covered right after. If you genuinely can't remember where you bought your coins, do some detective work. Search your email for the coin's name or the word crypto. Every exchange sends confirmation emails when you sign up and when you buy. Old bank statements work too. A card payment to an exchange shows the exchange's name right on the statement. 5 minutes of digging finds lost coins more often than you'd think. Pass A, your crypto is on an exchange. Binance, Coinbase, Kraken, OKX, doesn't matter which, the moves are identical. Log into the exchange, not CoinMarketCap, because everything happens there. Cashing out is 2 moves. Move 1, sell the crypto, so your balance becomes normal money, dollars, euros, whatever you use. Move 2, withdraw that money to your bank. Sell, then withdraw. That's the whole game. On Binance wallet, then spot, pick your coin, hit sell, and sell into your local currency or into a stable coin like USDT. A market order sells instantly at the price on screen. On Coinbase, same idea with friendlier buttons. Choose the asset, hit sell, pick your currency, confirm. Your crypto balance becomes a cash balance sitting on the exchange. Quick word on how to sell. A market order fills instantly. You take the current price. A limit order lets you name your price and waits for it. For cashing out, market is usually fine. Not ready to touch your bank yet? Sell into a stablecoin like USDT or USDC instead. It holds a steady $1 value while you decide, and it's 1 click away from cash whenever you're ready. After you sell, your money shows up as a fiat balance, say $1,000, sitting on the exchange. It is not in your bank yet. That's the next move. By the way, everything I'm showing works identically in the exchange's mobile app. Same sell button, same withdrawal form, same settings. If you're a phone person, follow along there. The screens match. Now the withdrawal screen itself. Every exchange asks the same 4 things: which currency, how much, where it's going, and how fast. Link your bank account once, and it's saved for every future cash out. On the form, pick your currency, enter the amount, choose your linked bank account, hit withdraw. You'll confirm with a code from your phone. That's your 2-factor security doing its job. One heads up, The first withdrawal to a brand new bank account often gets a small verification hold. Completely normal, that's the exchange proving the account really belongs to you. Timing and cost with real numbers. Coinbase standard bank transfer, free 1 to 4 business days. Coinbase instant card withdrawal, about 1.5%. Binance bank withdrawal, 1 to 5 business days depending on your country. See the pattern, slow is cheap or free. Instant costs a small cut. If it's not urgent, take the slow lane and keep the fee in your pocket. If you have accounts on more than one exchange, cash out through the one that speaks your bank's language. All the big regulated ones reach real banks. What differs is the local transfer rails. In the United States, that's ACH, free and boring. Europe runs SEPA. The UK has faster payments. Australia has Pay ID and bank transfer. Your withdrawal page lists yours the moment your account is verified. Moving a serious amount, split it into 2 or 3 chunks over a few days instead of one giant transfer. Banks flag big, unusual deposits, smaller chunks, clear with less friction and fewer phone calls. Path B, your crypto lives in your own wallet, MetaMask, Trust Wallet, a hardware wallet. Self-custody has no bank buttons, so we add exactly one step. Get the coins onto an exchange first. Option 1, the simple route, open your exchange, hit deposit, copy the deposit address for your exact coin, then send the coins from your wallet to that address. The moment they arrive, you're on path A, sell, withdraw, done. Option 2, the DeFi route, swap on a decentralized exchange first. This is where PancakeSwap or Uniswap comes in perfect when your token isn't listed on the big exchanges. On PancakeSwap, connect your wallet, pick the token you're selling, and swap it into a stable coin or a major coin like BNB or Ethereum, something every exchange accepts. Then send that to your exchange and finish on path A. Swap, deposit, sell, withdraw, 4 moves, and even an obscure token becomes money in your bank. One practical note for MetaMask users, the deposit address you send to must be on the same network your token's live on. Ethereum tokens go to an Ethereum deposit address. The network rule never stops applying. Now, the single most important screen in all of crypto, whenever you send or withdraw coins, the exchange asks which network to use. Get this wrong and your money can vanish permanently. The network on the sending side and the receiving side must match exactly. Sending USDT. It exists on Ethereum, on Tron, on BNB chain, and more. The receiver must support the exact network you pick. Before you hit confirm, read the network name twice. If the deposit page says ERC20, send ERC20, not BEP20, because the fee looked cheaper. Matching network every single time, no exceptions. Some coins ask for one more field, a memo or destination tag. XRP and Stellar are the famous ones. Think of an apartment building. The address gets your money to the building. The memo is the apartment number. Forget the memo and your coins land in the exchange's shared wallet with no name on them. Usually recoverable support plus your transaction ID, but it can take weeks. Just paste the memo. Here's the habit that makes mistakes nearly impossible. Test with a small amount first. Moving $5,000, send 50 first, watch it arrive. Then send the rest through the exact same doorway. Yes, you'll pay the network fee twice. Think of it as insurance that costs a couple of dollars and can save you $5,000. Every professional does this. No exceptions. The same habit applies to your first bank withdrawal, by the way. Pull out $20 before you pull out $2,000. It proves the entire pipe, sell, withdraw, bank, end to end for the price of a coffee. Let's stack up every fee so nothing surprises you. Fee 1, the trading fee when you sell, usually a fraction of a percent. Fee 2, the network fee whenever coins move between wallets. Network fees are real money. Moving Bitcoin costs a fixed amount, around $15 to $20 worth. Ethereum varies with traffic. Newer networks can cost cents. 30 seconds of checking can save you real cash. Fee 3, the withdrawal to your bank, often free on the slow lane, 1% or 2% for instant. All in, cashing out typically costs 1 to 3%. Budget for it, then stop worrying about it. One bonus fee hack: network fees change by the hour. Ethereum is usually cheapest on weekends and late nights US time. If your transfer isn't urgent, a quiet hour can cut the gas fee in half. Security minute, because searching how to withdraw is exactly when scammers hunt for you. Rule 1, nobody legitimate will ever message you first to help you withdraw. Not support, not admins, nobody. Anyone asking for your seed phrase, the 12 or 24 words, is stealing from you. The words are the wallet. No real company ever needs them. Never type them into a website. If a support agent appears in your DMs on Telegram or X offering to fix your withdrawal, block them. Real support lives inside the official app and it never asks you to send coins anywhere. 2 switches worth flipping on your exchange today. 2-factor authentication with an authenticator app, not SMS, and address whitelisting so withdrawals can only ever go to addresses you've pre-approved. With those 2 switched on, even someone who steals your password can't drain the account. 2 minutes of setup, permanent peace of mind. One more habit: type the exchange's web address yourself or use the official app. Fake exchange sites have bought their way into sponsored search results before. The address bar is your friend. 60 seconds on tax, because it catches people every year. In most countries, selling crypto for regular money is a taxable event. Profits can be capital gains. Exchanges report to tax officers in many places, so don't wing it. Good news: that CoinMarketCap portfolio you already keep is a clean record of what you bought and when. Export it, hand it to your tax software or your accountant. Done. Check the rules where you live. Oh, and if you're sitting on losses, selling can actually help you at tax time. Capital losses offset capital gains in most systems. Same disclaimer: your country, your rules. One quick check. Rapid fire answers to the questions everyone asks. My withdrawal says completed, but my bank shows nothing. Banks post on business days. Give it the full stated window before you panic. Can I withdraw without verifying my identity on regulated exchanges? No. Identity verification unlocks bank withdrawals, a one-time 10-minute job with your ID. Is there a minimum? Yes, most exchanges set small minimums per coin and per bank method. They're listed right on the withdrawal screen, so you'll never be caught off guard. Why is my withdrawal pending for so long? Exchanges batch crypto withdrawals for security. Up to an hour is normal. And the bank leg only moves on business days. Can I send crypto straight to my bank account? No, banks don't hold crypto. Something has to turn coins into currency first, and that something is always an exchange. The 5 mistakes to never make. 1 screen. 1, hunting for a withdraw button on CoinMarketCap. It doesn't exist. 2, sending on the wrong network. 3, forgetting the memo on coins that need it. 4, moving the full amount without a small test first. 5, letting a helpful support agent from your DMs anywhere near your account. Dodge those 5 and cashing out is genuinely routine. Screenshot that list. It's also in the description. This is the exact checklist I run every single time I move money, and it has never let me down. So CoinMarketCap, keep score, exchanges hold the money. Find where your coins live, sell them there, match the network, test small, and take the slow, cheap lane into your bank. Everything from this video, the checklist, the fee table, the step-by-step is linked in the description. If a specific exchange has you stuck, drop it in the comments and I'll cover it. If this saved you a headache, that like button genuinely helps more people find the video. Subscribe for more no-nonsense money tutorials and I'll see you in the next one.